Hey everyone, some quick thoughts for your morning, but before I get into what I wanted to talk about, I want to ask you a question. First off, if you are a believer, have you ever had a one-on-one conversation with somebody where you shared with them why you believe in Jesus and why you think they should too? And okay, I understand some of you listening might not be Christians, so let's approach this from a different angle. Have you ever had to approach a friend to encourage that friend to stop a behavior that you thought was detrimental to their well-being? Maybe they were making some bad choices in life and you care about them enough to try to get them to stop. Have you ever had those conversations? As for me, one of the things that really intimidate me the most are those serious one-on-one conversations where I'm trying to help somebody change. It's kind of funny. I'll stand up here on a stage like this every Sunday. I'll preach a sermon before hundreds of people, but when it comes to sitting down with someone I care about and trying to get them to change and maybe talk about a sin in their life or why they should be following Jesus or dealing with a difficult event in their life, that's scary to me. My default mode in life is usually to kind of mind my own business and tell people to mind their own business, but if I care about people, I can't always do that. We can't always mind our own business. There is a time to get involved. There is a time to reach out. There is a time to say something. And we shouldn't feel intimidated by the process of talking to somebody if we are genuinely trying to help a friend. And one of the things that Jesus said while he was on earth, in fact, it was one of his last words that he said, was in Matthew chapter 18 and in verse 18. It says, "And Jesus came up and spoke to them, saying, all authority has been given to me in heaven and on earth." Now, if you start a phrase with that right there, if you start a sentence with all authority has been given unto me, you know what he's about to say is serious. He says, "Go therefore and make disciples of all the nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit, teaching them to observe all that I have commanded you." He says, go out there and make Christians. He says, go out there and make disciples. Here's how you do that. You baptize them. You teach them. That's how disciples are made. But then notice what he says in this last phrase. As you go out there and do that, he says, "And lo, I am with you always, even to the end of the age." What he's saying is, I have your back. When you are scared to talk to somebody, when you're scared to share a message of Jesus with somebody, when you're afraid to help somebody out of a difficult situation in their life, when you're afraid to help somebody become a disciple, remember what Jesus said. Jesus said, "I am with you always." We need to be assured that Jesus has our back when we are doing the right thing, even when the right thing is a little intimidating. Like I mentioned, I'm intimidated by one-on-one conversations where I'm trying to help somebody do the right thing. But it gives me hope and it gives me comfort and it gives me a little bit more confidence to know that when I'm doing the right thing, when I'm helping someone else do the right thing, that Jesus has my back. Thanks for tuning in. Have a blessed weekend.